Hi witches. So today I wanted to touch on a question that I get all the time, and that is, how do I connect with my deity for the first time? And boy, do I have a lot of thoughts about this. So in my experience, I have always had dreams about my deities before I acknowledge them in the physical plane, basically. This is really, really common because your subconscious allows you to be more open to the universe without the distraction of day-to-day thoughts, just or if you're like me and just the white knuckling anxiety that is my life. But you're not preoccupied by your day-to-day thoughts or anything. So your dreams are really important. If you don't have a dream journal, I really recommend starting one. It is a really common thing a lot of witches have. A lot of people who aren't witches also have this. So dream journals are really cool if that's something that you want to do. Being said, as always, in witchcraft, it doesn't mean that you have to have dreams about your deities, otherwise you're a bad witch. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying all of my deities have, that was my first contact with them, right? So that's how I first connected with them, was in my dreams. If you don't have if you're not into dream work, or you're not super connected to your dreams, or you struggle to remember them, totally cool. If you feel drawn to a deity in any way and want to make contact with them, my biggest piece of advice is to give them an offering of some kind. And I really recommend, for first-time connections, a candle. And to light a candle and to introduce yourself is one of the best ways that you can practice deity work, especially in the beginning. Even if they aren't the one calling you, I really don't see any harm in giving an offering to a deity, and they will let you know, hey, they'll give you a sign of some kind. If you haven't seen my signs from Deities video, please check it out. But basically, I don't see any harm in giving an offering or lighting a candle, especially when you are asking for nothing in return. If you're just hi, my name is XYZ. I think you're calling out to me. Here's a candle as an offering to you. I'm coming to you with no expectations, but I believe you're the one calling to me, and I wanted to give this to you. I think that is a really great way. Obviously, say it way more eloquently than that. That's me just being Meh. But yeah, I think that's really the best way to start a relationship with any deity if you haven't already had certain signs given to you. The next thing I recommend is that you do a tarot or oracle card reading, depending on what kind of cards you read, or any other divinatory method that you like to use. Especially if you're like me and you aren't particularly psychic or tapped into that. I do a lot of my more intuitive, I have a decent intuition and I have a pretty good gut feeling about things, but I definitely do struggle sometimes with I'm not clairvoyant or clairaudient or anything. So using divinatory tools like tarot cards or pendulums is really how I work with entities or deities, right? So this can give you kind of more definitive answers as to if a deity is reaching out to you. Plus, in general, it's a great method to commune with them and ask questions and work with them that way. So I really, really recommend using tarot cards or oracle cards or a pendulum or anything like that. It's just a good practice to get into, I think, if you are starting down the path of deity work. So definitely recommend. So my final piece of advice, I am going to link a guided meditation that I did and I really liked when I met Bast for the first time. So she did come to me in dreams, but I was oh, this is a cool meditation. And then I did it, and I had a really profound experience with her in that realm. I don't want to talk about it too much because it will make me cry, and I don't really want to do that on camera. And it was also super personal, but it was powerful. It was really, really powerful. It left me feeling very emotional, but also happy and energized and stuff like that. So meditation is great because it kind of allows you to have a controlled environment in which you can interact with your deities, especially if you are like me and are not great at lucid dreaming. I've never been able to lucid dream. To be fair, have not actually practiced it that hard. I've tried a couple times, but it didn't work. So I was oh, I guess I just can't do it, which is very much my personality. But meditation for me is a little bit easier because I'm still awake. And if you are able to lucid dream, that is awesome. I wish I was you. But communing with your deities while you are sleeping, or if you are astral traveling, is another similar method. But meditation can also be a really, really great way to practice deity work and work with them on a different kind of plane of reality, I guess. But yeah, so anyways, if all else fails, like truly I believe that like setting the intent to work with one of them will yield a deity will yield a response. Whether it is good or bad is up to the deity itself, or themselves I should say. So it is a very pivotal moment in most witches crafts, and it's a very powerful experience. So like I don't want people to be afraid of like laughing or crying or emoting like that, because I'm very much a Virgo in that I don't like people watching me like be upset or anything. And I'm kind of like stoic in that way, but like when it comes to deity work, I like there's sometimes where I just can't like have that mask of stoicism. So don't be afraid to emote or do anything like that, because it is 100% natural, especially when you're first encountering a deity. My biggest advice for after encountering your deity or like connecting with a deity for the first time is to ground yourself, because I promise you, you will feel the electricity in the air. It is incredibly powerful. It is incredibly visceral, right? So I really recommend that as well. So like meditation, grounding, tarot cards, dream work if you can, keeping a dream journal are all really great ways. But if all else fails, giving an offering to a deity of any kind, again, I recommend candles, is going to be your best bet, I think. So I would love to hear your guys' experiences. If you have any other suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. We're talking about this a little bit more on my Patreon this week, so if you are interested in that, definitely check it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.